Hello, Namaskar everyone. Today I hope you all are having a lovely weekend, a very happy Sunday with your family. And today we are here on National Nutrition Week. Yeah. So we thought, today on this week we are going to talk about various topics. We are going to pick it up. Today's topic is mainly to understand what is actually there is so much a problem with acidity, hyperacidity nowadays. Especially I have seen, there's a lot of actually a lot of people are coming to me with a lot of problem with hyperacidity these days, probably because of the lockdown. They are more at home, sitting throughout the day, working, not moving around much. So this is one of the topic I thought we can absolutely talk about and understand from Ayurvedic perspective, what it is all about and what we can do at home, because taking antacids every day is not something which is going to help. It's only need to understand your body better, and you need to do certain lifestyle changes to get better on this. So when I say you need to understand your body better, because there are a lot of different forms of acidity problems which people have, which are chronic, sometimes which are not so severe. But you need to understand your body better, as in why is your body more acidic in nature in general. Are you a kind of person who gets acid problems faster than others? There will be some who would not get it again. So there, where the Ayurvedic body type comes. So supposedly a Vata person, a person whose Prakriti is Vata dominant, or a person whose Prakriti is Kapha dominant, will not be more acidic in nature, while a person who is Pitta dominant will be in and out, will be more acidic. They will get acid problems in general in their life. So they need to consider that first. You need to understand and accept it, that okay, I am a Pitta body type, and I have certain tendency to be more acidic, so I need to take care of it. Now to put more perspective and more detail on why people, what kind of acid problems people get, because there are certain divisions in that, and we need to understand that. Okay, so first point, like I spoke about being more acidic, and there another is the Gerd. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Gerd. It's gastroesophageal reflux disease, what is called. So what happens in that? It is so in that, basically there is when the esophageal, the food pipe which goes down, after that there is something called lower esophageal sphincter. So where actually which opens up when we are eating food. So it opens up and our food goes inside our stomach and it closes. But what happens when you have GERD? It's the muscles of the list is very weak, so it's not closing very fast, or it's not able to close. So the food is coming up and you are getting reflux. Okay, so then can be another another problem where you have acidosis, where the pH level of your body is a little lower, and it's more acidic, not very alkaline. The chloride level of our body is higher. That's why generally you will feel more heated up, or you will feel in general feeling a tendency of acidity, lot of body pain. Again, if you have lot of acid in your body pain, muscle pain is very common in people as well. Okay, so and then the other problem is obviously the bile reflux. Now again, you need to understand why bile. So I'm sure a lot of people know like how. So you need to identify which kind of acid problems you are having. It's in you. So when you have bile reflux, your gallbladder will release bile mostly when you are eating a lot of fatty food, So it will release more and the reflux will happen. So a lot of people generally have very bitter taste in their mouth, and their tongue gets yellowish in the morning. I mean, tongue diagnosis is very important in Ayurveda. So if you have like a yellow coating on your tongue, so that's another way to check that. And also sometimes you might just feel very nausea and bile, like when you feel nausea, and sometimes when you get like a vomiting, then you will get yellow or green bile in your vomit. So these kind of problems occurs. So you first identify why it is happening. Now some of the reasons why we are getting such reflux or hyperacidity problem is, first of all, obviously higher fat percentage in your body. So if you have lot of fat, especially around your belly, around your stomach, so then it is obviously pressing on the less. It is bile, obviously lot of fat is there, bile is also getting released more. So and then the muscles of the less becomes destructured, because of which you will have issues of acid reflux. So obviously then it's very important, then there's a lot of swelling in the stomach. So fat, first thing, you need to reduce the fat percentage of your body. So it's very important to lose the extra fat from your body. Okay, smoking. If you are a person who is pitta and you have acid problems, and then you smoke and you drink alcohol, obviously it's going to increase. So this is something which is a conscious decision one needs to make, and see like how your body is reacting the day you are drinking alcohol, or after you are smoking and all. And obviously overeating. So obviously if you are overeating, your stomach doesn't have place to put the stomach, and less is not able to put the stomach inside, so it's going to bring it up again. So that again will cause a lot of heartburn, a lot of pain in the stomach and in your esophagus area. So that is another thing. So this is like the fourth. So fat percentage, alcohol, smoking, overeating. Then comes like if people are on certain medications like BP medications, cholesterol medications, or they are on antidepressants, they are on sedatives, or they are on supplements of iron supplements, potassium supplements. So in this kind of things also there is again our less our valve where the acid occurs doesn't work properly, and it will create acid problem. So in this kind of scenario, if you are on certain medications of this sort, then you need to take control on your diet. You need to be very specific. I will talk about the diet after I discuss about this. So you need to be very specific. Now you know that I am on this kind of medication, so I need to go on a simpler diet, a very diet which is easy for my stomach, easy to digest. Okay, so that is another thing. So so you need to understand, like now in this kind of scenario where obviously fatty food, like food which is high on fat is actually creating problems. So people, if they try to go on keto diet, high fat diet, it is not going to help, because there will be a lot of acid problems then. Therefore it is important first you understand what is your body's requirement, whether you are capable of doing something or not. In fact, even for that matter, intermittent fasting, if you are acidic, your body is releasing more bile, and if the food is not there in your stomach for a longer duration, your acid problems are going to increase. So do you think, if you have this kind of questions, really does it help? I mean, does it really help to go on an intermittent fasting? Okay. So these are some of the problems. Then also if during pregnancy the acid problem can increase. If you are on your periods, your PMSing, because estrogen levels are high. If you again like insulin sensitivity and estrogen dominance, especially in women, the hormones problems can create a lot of acid issues, because the moment your estrogen levels are high, your body, your muscles, your the whole digestion muscle are very slow. So the food is going down very slowly, and automatically acid problem occurs. Therefore, if you are a person who is diabetic, pre-diabetic, or has insulin sensitivity, PCOS, and if you are closer to your menopause and you are having estrogen dominance, then these problems will occur along with it. So now let's understand what Ayurveda actually talks about when it comes to acidity. In Ayurveda, it is called Amla Pitta. Amla Pitta, basically the digestive juices, the acid which our body is creating for the digestion of food. And like I said before, if a person has Pitta issues, then Pitta imbalance, this will increase. Now in Ayurveda, we have rasas, which is called the taste, basically the taste of the food, which defines whether this kind of food is going to suit you or it will not suit you. So if you have acidity, that means you have Amla Pitta imbalance, then you need to avoid rasas which are which are sour, salty and spicy. And you need to add the kind of food which are sweet in nature, which are bitter in nature, and which are astringent in nature. And also you need to avoid oily food. You need to avoid food which is fermented. So like having ACV, or having too much of fermented food like dosa, idli, it's not going to help. Along with that, if you are having sour food, like in Indian food, we have a tendency to use lot of tomatoes in our diet. Indian cooking, everything is cooked in tomatoes. So that has to sour. So tomato, tamarind, raw mango, all these things are not going to help you. Okay, and high salt content food. So obviously, high salt content food will increase more digestive juices and increase the acid in our body. So these along with that, oily and spicy, we all know spicy food and oily, like obviously, like I said, like if you are eating food which is high on fat, then automatically more bile will be released, and once the more bile releases, it is going to, I'm just accepting somebody's request. No, okay. So that again creates a problem. Okay, so so now when I'm talking about bitter food or astringent food or sweet food, so this kind of foods like there are food like obviously we know bitter karela, okay, like bitter gourd, or neem, or haldi, like turmeric. And astringent food, like when we are talking about vegetables especially, all astringent like raw banana, raw papaya, pointed gourd, all water based vegetables are very helpful. Like all gourds, pointed gourd is which we call parval, is very helpful. Ash gourd, I think it's the white pumpkin basically. So that is it's called kumura pumpkin in lot of places also. So it's ash gourd is very, very helpful if you have acid problem. So you can eat ash gourd as a vegetable, or you can take, if you take like a glass of ash gourd juice in the morning, empty stomach, it is going to really help. Keep taking it for at least a month or so, and so that is another helpful vegetable. In fruits, banana. If you have acid problems, eat a banana in the morning. Again, it really helps in absorbing the lot of acid from the body. You can have pear, you can have coconut water, and papaya. So papaya, if you get diarrhea or loose motions, then you need to be careful, but otherwise take papaya, pear, coconut water, and all this, and banana in your diet, include that. and fruits. In spices, like coriander seeds are very cooling. So if you have hyperacidity problem, obviously you need to eat food which are cooling in nature, which helps your body cool down. So like coconut water, I said, like pumpkin, sweet, which are sweet in nature. Now when I'm talking and telling you to eat sweet food, I'm not meaning sugar. I am meaning sweet in nature. Pumpkin is sweet in nature, rice is sweet in nature, wheat is sweet in nature, in fact. So you need to understand sweet potatoes and all natural sweeteners, not. And even if so mishri is again very cooling, so coriander seeds and mishri, all these things of mixture will help. Black raisins, munakka, which we call, are very helpful. Spices, I said coriander seed, zeera, very helpful. So zeera ka pani is very helpful. Methi dana is helpful. Elaichi is also cooling in nature. It helps you to reduce your acidity. Ajwain, though it is hot, but there are certain of food in Ayurveda which are called tridosh shamak. So when we are saying tridosh shamak, basically though its potency is something else, it still balances all three doshas in our body. So there was a question, like somebody had asked on the comments, where that if I have vata problem also and I have pitta problem also, then what should I do? So then you need to obviously cater, because like ajwain, it's a good source for that. Okay, then hing, and then sauf, which is fennel. Fennel is also very, very helpful when it comes to reducing our acidity problems. In fact, if you see most of what are traditionally, this was the culture which we used to follow in our homes, that whenever somebody used to come for lunch or dinner, we used to give them sauf and like fennel seeds and mishri after the food, because they are actually very helpful in digesting the food. Okay, so these are some of the traditions which we are following it, and actually they are helpful, so we should not stop it. So it's if you can take fennel tea, or you can in fact chew on some fennel after you have finished your food and all. Now in herbs, some of the herbs which are helpful in reducing the acidity is avipatti churn. You can take avipatti churn. It's available over the counter in the market, and you can take it every day, like after your lunch, after your dinner. It's very helpful. Haritaki, it's like a black fruit. Again, you can take its powder, or if generally we used to, I remember my mom, she used to actually bring haritaki, and then she used to dry it and keep it the dry fruit, and they used to have it after meals, and it was pretty bitter in taste. But now I know it was because it helps you again in reducing acidity and helping to manage the digestion better. Giloy, very, very essential, very helpful. Giloy is the nectar of Ayurveda, so any day, Giloy, if you take Giloy juice, Giloy water, that will help you. Another very important trick which you can use is, you can take white sandalwood stick, find out a good source of sandalwood stick and take it and put it in water, and drink the water of the sandalwood, maybe 2-3 glasses in a day. It actually, sandalwood is so cooling in nature, and white sandalwood is edible, not the red one, white one, and that actually cools down your system. If you are feeling acidic, just take fennel and sandalwood and just drink it. It will help. Also pipli, which is long pepper, again taken with ghee. And ghee is also tridosh shamak. Ghee is cooling. Ghee will help you to manage your digestion better and manage your acidity better. So you always cook your food in ghee. You can not too much, one teaspoon maybe, while cooking, and then if you are having your food, then you can put 1 teaspoon of from top. So do that. And also, instead of taking like normal salt, go for rock salt, which we call the sendha namak. Sendha namak again is little cooling, and it helps. Avoid black salt then. Even if you are having things like buttermilk and all, use rock salt only, and don't use sea salt or black salt, because they are again they are I would say they increases they are sharp in nature, which we call in Ayurveda, and it increases our body's heat. So avoid that. Rose petal excuse me, rose petal are very helpful. You can take gulkand minus the sugar. If it is made out of mishri, then obviously it is better. Like if you can use gulkand and mishri. If you are not able to find, if you are getting gulkand which are high in sugar, then please don't take that. Instead of, go ahead and buy edible rose petals or get rose water, and you can add it to your food, maybe to your buttermilk, and have it. And again, that is very helpful. So these are some of the tips which you can do always. And so some of the other things which are very important is, don't sit for very long. Okay, if you don't move your body's your digestion muscles, your esophagus muscle, your less muscle, everything slows down. And it is if it slows down, then your food will go slow on the pipe, and the reflux is very easy to happen. So walking, yoga, we have given some tips earlier. You can go through our feed and see. We have spoken about certain yoga asanas which are helpful to manage pitta balance, to balance your pitta. Also, we have spoken about Shitala pranayam, so you can do that, very helpful. Alonam Vilom, very helpful. Avoid Kapal Bharti. So yoga also, you need to understand which yoga to do and which to avoid in certain conditions, because there are certain yogas which actually heats up our body, and certain which cools down. So look for yoga which is more cooling, look for pranayam which is helpful in this kind of conditions. Also you can also like I said, walk, move around. And water, very important. You need to drink lots of water, and don't keep your body hydrated, because that's the only way how acidosis can go away. Your kidneys will work better, they will maintain the pH balance. Don't eat fatty food. Don't avoid eating lot of high fat food, because because again your liver will release more bile, your gallbladder will release more bile. And mainly, and go and eat less spicy food, avoid sour food as much as possible. Try to look for water based vegetables, and eat seasonal. Please, it's very very important. Eat seasonal food, like water based vegetables in summer, but in winters, now when you have acid problems, and you can always look for more astringent based vegetables, like cabbage, spinach. They are all astringent based vegetable, and they are very important. So always choose seasonal fruits and vegetables. Grains like barley, very helpful. Jaw, which we call, so jaw sattu, water you can have. And also you can have jaw ka atta, jaw ka dalia. It's astringent in nature. It has quality to absorb from your body. So even if somebody has water retention, or somebody has more acid in their body, it will absorb. So this is something which is very helpful. So we need to consciously make an effort and eat right. and like Ayurveda, and we specify in Ayurvedic soul that your body is different from others. So don't go into seeing that, oh, he is doing intermittent fasting, she is doing keto diet, and maybe I'll also do it. No, understand your body better, whether your body is able to tolerate that or not, whether your body is more acidic than other people. So if there are 4 people in the house, and if my body is more acidic than others, I know it, I see it, I'm going to do conscious effort and probably avoid the fried food, the excess oil or excess salt in it. I need to look ahead for more water based vegetables and all. So please do that. Okay, lot of questions. Let me just go through them, and let's see. I'm going to see the questions. Okay, so there was one question where they asked quick remedies for hyperacidity at home. Exactly. So if you are suddenly you feel hyperacidic and you don't want to take antacid, because this question was again also asked on our comment also when we had put the feed. So always, like I said, sandalwood water, fennel water, soft ka pani, coconut water is very helpful. You can if that's not there, crush some coriander seeds along with mishri, drink that water. That is also is going to help a lot. So try these things, and like buttermilk, cold buttermilk is also very helpful. Okay, somebody is asking about the churna. It was avipatti churna. So we will do post a feed on the details we spoke about, on the pointers. So I'm sure, please go ahead and keep reading, keep following us, and we will post that. One more question was there where they asked about can you please tell something to balance tridosha in body? Okay, though it's not part of hyperacidity, but see, tridosha can be balanced only if you know what is more dominant, which is more dominant dosha in your body. Okay, so it's important first understand which dosha is more active or more dominant. You can go ahead and take, if you all don't know about that, you can go to our profile and you can read, you can take the test which is on our website, and it will let you know which is your prakriti, which is your dominant dosha, and based on that then you can start eating according to that. Along with that, understand ritucharya, the time of the day when you should eat certain type of food and which you should not eat. You should also understand about incompatible compatible diet in Ayurveda, like you should not mix milk and fruit, you should not dairy, how to avoid all these things. And if you eat seasonal fruit, seasonal, because ritucharya and along with that the season routine, and along with that the fruits and vegetables we get in our season is very much compatible. So it will actually help you automatically, it will help you balance all this three dosh together. Other than that, if you feel there are certain doshas which are more which are creating problems, then you need to eat according to that. Okay, any other questions? Acne problem. Yeah, so acne and acidity, again it's pitta imbalance. So like I spoke a lot about pitta, so it's high on pitta, that's the pitta imbalance. And also acne is very related to like obviously the hormone changes a kid is going at a certain age. Plus these kids when they are more prone to eating lot of junk, lot of fatty food, oily food, fried, so that needs to be avoided. and plus they don't sleep on time also. I think sleeping on time is also very important for kids, because they are generally awake very late at night, so if you are eating food late, so if you look at dincharya, between 10 to 2 a.m. is pitta. So if somebody eats around that time, and so anyways pitta is high late at night, so it creates more acid in the body. So that those kind of things. So it's a lifestyle, lifestyle changes are very important when it comes to managing your hyperacidity issues. And I think somebody had asked what kind of lifestyle changes one needs to do. So like I always say, it's the pillar. There are 4 pillars: food, sleep, workout, and water. So you need to drink lots of water. You need to keep working out, walking, moving, eat food which is light for your stomach, which is cooling in nature, like I said, astringent, bitter, and sweet in nature. Avoid sour food, avoid salty food, and all. Avoid lot of fatty food, like fat, even for, in fact, for matter of paneer. Paneer is so fatty in nature. So try to, I'm not saying just remove it from your diet, but do control that. Okay, that's very important. And yeah, that's it, I guess. That's more or less. I hope you all have understood, I mean, as much as I could provide at this short duration. There is a lot more to talk about, and we will keep coming back with sessions from the input we are getting from you. Like, there are certain questions which people are asking, which are not part of hyperacidity. We will keep coming back with live sessions for all this, and this week, especially the National Nutrition Week, we are coming with live sessions every day. So keep listening to us and keep following Ayurveda. It's very helpful, and trust me, if you, Ayurveda is not about just eating Indian food. It is a concept. It's a so you can add it according to your lifestyle, according to your food habits. So just follow it well, and you will see remarkable changes in your life. Okay, so thank you and namaskar.